Sadhvi Bhagawati Saraswati, and Sadhvi, many people know her as Sadhviji. Bhagawati Saraswati is a global spiritual leader, author, and humanitarian. Known for her depth, clarity, and compassion, she speaks powerfully about discovering the truth of who we are, embodied love, and conscious service to the world. Sadhviji made a very special video a few days ago for us by the banks of Mama Ganga. So when we're ready, we're going to bring up this message from Sadhviji Saraswati, Sadhviji Bhagawati Saraswati.
It is such a blessing, such a joy, and such an honor to join our entire Unity Earth family here in Rishikesh at Parmarth Niketan on the sacred banks of Mother Ganga, in the lap of the sacred Himalayas, coming to you from this holy land, from our hearts to your hearts, to your homes, which are one. It's such a joy, such a blessing to gather together for this symposium that reminds us not only that we are united as one earth, one universe, one consciousness, but that also reminds us that we are spiraling up together in coherence, in consciousness, not separate, but together. And this is actually what our Vedic traditions, what our Dharma has been telling us for thousands of years. Time is not linear. It's cyclical. And it's cyclical that is getting higher and higher and higher as we awaken more and more fully, more and more deeply to the truth of who we are, to that coherence and to that consciousness. You know, coherence is really interesting because we talk about it just as an adjective, typically meaning our ability to be in alignment together, but it's actually so much deeper than that. There's this incredible research around coherence in water. And if you look at the water molecules in different bodies of water, water that is incoherent, meaning each individual molecule is still its H2O, great molecule, but the molecules together are not coherent, incoherent. What you end up with is plants that don't grow very well, flowers that don't bloom very well, a situation in which when we drink the water, that it's not actually nourishing us and nurturing us on the deepest level. But water that is coherent, which we get much more in our natural water, in streams, in water that is flowing over natural flora and fauna, mountain springs. The water molecules are coherent. And I was looking at this incredible research in which you can see how coherent the molecules are. And when they are coherent, the change that it makes in how vegetables and grains and fruit grow, the change that it makes in our bodies when we ingest it. And so when we talk about being coherent, it actually is a scientific concept much more than just a vague adjective of, being in alignment. It really is science that shows that when we come together, united, coherently, aligned, connected, working together, that impact is not only on each of us individually, but actually that the impact on the world of that coherence is quantitatively and qualitatively hugely different. So the expanded uprising of consciousness has to include this coherence. And, you know, in our Vedic tradition, there's a beautiful mantra that we chant so frequently. It's one that you could consider a core pillar mantra. And the mantra says, Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryan Karavavahai, Tejasvina Vaditamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And it's a mantra that says, may we be protected together. May we be nourished and nurtured together. May our minds, our intellects align together. May we never fight, argue, get out of alignment, be bitter to each other. May we always be in that state of coherence. And it's a very, very core Vedic mantra. It's frequently chanted before meals. It's chanted before study. It's chanted before embarking on projects, programs, work. And it's a prayer to the divine. Bring us, these two or more beings and bodies, into coherence together. That's what Dharma does. There's a beautiful teaching mantra that also says, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshita. And it means Dharma protects those who protect Dharma. And that's why at this time on planet Earth, when there is so much that's happening that is what we would call adharmic, means not dharmic, means out of coherence, out of integrity, out of alignment, out of compassion, not in alignment with our values, ethics, principles, highest awareness, not in alignment with Dharma. When there's so much happening that is violent, that is divisive, that is exploitive, we remember that by not protecting Dharma, by not aligning ourselves with Dharma, we're depriving ourselves of the protection that Dharma gives us. That in order to be protected by the Dharma, we have to protect Dharma. And so we are called upon individually and collectively to come back into our Dharma, into our integrity, our righteousness, our compassion, our consciousness, so that this nature of the universe will protect us, will nourish us, will nurture us, will sustain us. These days, everybody is talking about our global food shortage, our global impending water shortage, our global land shortage. But ultimately what we suffer from is a global consciousness shortage. And if we can repair our global consciousness shortage, we'll be able to address the food shortage, the water shortage, the land shortage. But it is that consciousness shortage that is causing and exacerbating all of these other shortages. And this is why I believe so deeply that we are at a time in history in which our spiritual practice is our responsibility, not just to our own awakening or our own enlightenment or our own spiritual truth, but our spiritual practice, our meditation, is our social responsibility these days. If we consider ourselves social activists, if we consider ourselves people interested in social justice, if we consider ourselves humanitarians, social workers on any level, our meditation is critical. Because it is that that enables us to act in coherence, in alignment, in Dharma. So in this beautiful time, powerful time, critical time, let us come together as the redwood trees, the tallest trees in the world, the oldest trees in the world, that stay so tall, so strong for not only hundreds, but even 1,000 or more years. And that too in California, coastal California, with earthquakes and mudslides and fires and so much. How? Because they are connected. The roots of every redwood tree are interlinked and interlocked with the roots of every other redwood tree in the forest. So it's not their individual strength that keeps them so tall and so strong, but it's the interconnection. So let us come together, weaving our deepest roots together, coherently, consciously. And then let us rise in love together as we come higher and higher in our consciousness, in our awareness, in our evolution, collective and individual. The seeds, then, of compassion, of love, of Dharma, of sustainability get spread out into the world, nourished, nurtured, watered. They blossom, they sprout. And we become co-creators, gardeners of the future that we all want to see. And so much love to all of you. It is an incredible honor and joy and blessing and privilege to co-create and co-garden this uprising of ourselves and our world together. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.